So I'm kind of just hanging out in the greenhouse here, and felt like going over this little puppy. So this is my lovely little chainsaw, the Greenworks. It's the 80 volt one. I was kind of thinking about getting an electric chainsaw for a long time, and I've had this one for about 3 years now. It's probably cut about 50 cord of wood, which isn't a lot of wood, but at $300 a pop, more or less, in these areas, it's paid for itself. She ran me a couple $100. Now I switched to the 5 amp hour battery as opposed to the 2 amp hour battery, but I can get into that later. It's pretty quick, easy to start. There's no pulling cords, there's no choking it. Oh, that was dumb. But no, you just push a button and make sure the end's clear and you got power, right? It's pretty efficient. I don't destroy myself trying to get this going. You don't really need earplugs. You literally just heard how loud it's going to be in the end. You know, it does recommend that you wear earplugs, but it doesn't really yell at me much louder than the better half for leaving socks on the floor. That doesn't require earplugs yet. No, it's terrible. I enjoy the fact that I don't have to store gas either. Like, I can charge these batteries right beside where I'm sitting inside the house. There's no smell, there's none of that crap that goes with the tinkering of the small engines, which to those who know how to deal with small engines, that's great. But I'm a very basic kind of guy. I'm not a specialist. I don't do forestry. I know what I know, and it's enough to get done what I need to do, and that's where it stops. But no, I'll show you a little bit of it cutting trees. I went up and took out some windfall damage, poplar trees, because poplars fall in the wind no problem. They're easy to cut, so this thing goes through them like butter. If I was to hit a maple or an ash or something a little hardier, it would take a little longer. So when you see it cut these poplar trees, don't be like, oh, lifting, that thing's perfect. It's pretty good. I have to lie, I don't have a lot of complaints, but we'll get into that. So I'll go take a couple videos, show you it cutting. I cut a 7-inch, I think there was a 10-inch, and I attempt a couple chops on a 14-inch, I believe. So you'll see that, and that'll let you know kind of how it deals with a poplar. We're doing that wood. I find after about one battery, I'm pretty much done. Or at least I need to take a good long break. I find it lasts almost as long as a tank of gas, if not a little longer. Typically I'm filling up the oil reserve for the chain before the battery dies. But again, like, that's the 5 amp hour, not the 2 that comes with it. It goes for a good hour of cleaning up. Now if I'm taking down a big sucker like that one in back there, it doesn't really look all that big, but it's about 13 inches, 14. If I was going to chunk that whole thing up, that would probably take a good 40 minutes before the battery dies, because it's just the constant work, right? It's based on how hard you use it. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it for that. Like I say, it's a 50cc equivalent. That means it's not something you're likely going to use in the woods all day, where you burn liters of gas. It's more of a homestead's dream, not a forester's delight. It can overheat. Usually it'll overheat if I'm working it pretty hard, like if I get through one battery and into the next and I just don't stop. It's like, no, I need a break. Now, the problem with that is I use the 5 amp hour batteries. It comes with a 2 amp hour battery, and therein probably lies my only real complaint, but it's not really a complaint, it's just what batteries are capable of doing. The 2 amp hour just doesn't last long enough for me, but that's because I'm in the woods cutting cords of wood. The 2 amp hour just doesn't last long enough to get the work done that I'm doing, but to clean up a tree or two out back, it's phenomenal. I noticed that the 5 amp hour is a significant jump from the 2 amp hour. It lasts longer than my back usually. Don't think the extra pound is nothing. It could even be more than a pound. You'll be about a week into using it before you admit out loud to someone that it's a bit heavy with the bigger battery. I did it. I was like, oh no, I can tough this. I'll just use the big battery, go forever, and yeah, no. Well, once you take a pound and you put it out here, after 50, to an hour ballpark, you're feeling an extra pound. You'd feel an extra half pound. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to share. If you have any specific questions on it, shoot away in the comments. There's a lot more info in my head, but I just don't want to throw a whole lot of crap at you guys. So, yeah, this is a quick and sweet and short video. Alright, thank you.